This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to another edition of C2C Rankum. I'm the host, Big B, along with my co-host halfway around the world, the Primus, Tim Hendricks. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, excited. We don't celebrate Memorial Day here, but to everybody who did yesterday, having Memorial Day, take time. Hope you all took time and thanked the people who paid the ultimate price, and I know even the veterans who didn't pay the ultimate price, who are still living with disabilities, thank them too, because they lost something along the way too. So yep, kind of excited for today. Kind of some new topics we don't really touch on.
Memorial Day, again, thanks to everybody that served. I know it's something I couldn't do, but to those that sacrificed and did that, thank you. My cousins over in Japan serving for us. You had your brother serve, and
brother, dad, about 3 uncles.
I was gonna say many family members, so friends. So thanks to everybody that did that. So, and then we also want to send out our condolences to the NBA world, the fans, the teams, the family of Bill Walton. Shocking news came yesterday. Lost his battle of cancer. So, I didn't get to see him play. I don't recall seeing him play, but for those that did see him, I know they're hurting today. So, and then you said you had a picture with him, so that was kind of cool moment. So.
Yeah, if we can teach the brother of mine how to take a picture. When I don't think my brother realizes that Bill Walton was 7 foot tall, I'm 6 feet tall, and my brother decides to take a picture of Bill Walton's nose down and my eyes. It's like, and the funny thing is, this is before we decided to have cell phones with cameras. So we had disposable cameras, so we didn't see the pictures until after it was over.
Yeah,
I literally wanted to put my brother's head on a pike.
Yeah. So all right. So let's get into some fun stuff. So today, Tim brought this up last week. I think at the end of the show, or we talked about it quickly after. We're going to do movies and music with cities in them, with colors in them, and names in them. So this will be probably pretty interesting. Not much sniping, I don't think, but you just never know. So the phrase that pays might not get said that much today. There's some areas I could see us, saying the phrase that pays, but outside of that, I don't think we're going to get too much. So, all right. So let's do movies with cities in them first.
You did cities and states, right?
Yeah, I did cities and states.
Just checking.
Yeah, I don't think I got many states in there. Well, one. So,
yeah.
I know there's quite a few. I was trying to go through the ones I've seen.
I can honestly say I have a curveball.
Ooh,
it's a curveball because it's just, and I've seen it, and the funny thing is, if I were paying attention and would have drove the 40 miles, From where I was, I would have gone to the open casting call, and I would have gone and tried to get into this. But I worked with a guy who was in this movie. Now I remember I used the word he. He played the mother of the main character.
I think you told me about this before, but now I can't think of the movie. I know okay. I think we talked about it. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with one with the dark shot that we might get to.
Oof, I'm thinking. Ooh.
I mean, again, we know there's a lot.
There's a lot. It's a possibility we can go 0 for 5 on
Well,
this.
there's a possibility in some of these categories we could go. We could have a
miss
rough
completely.
night and go 0 for 5.
There's one that I know we're gonna go at least one on.
Oh yeah. We're not going to be the Indiana Pacers and Timberwolves that go 0 for 4.
We're not going to be the Chicago White Sox. Sorry, mess around, but we're just not.
All right. So what do you think?
I can see one. Anything outside of one is playing on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah. Well, exactly. One should be. When you said this, one movie should have popped into both of our heads, but again, is it the right one? So
right.
All right. So go ahead and give us your number 5.
And I did my number 5, and I just realized one of the people that are in the number 5 movie is in my number 1 movie. I didn't realize that until I just looked at it, going, wait. My number 5, they actually ended up making a TV series out of this movie. I still have not yet seen the TV series. But if anybody has seen this movie, they always talk about the people with the weird accents. You grew up, and I grew up in a state that's got I grew up in a state that's got a weird accent. If you go west of your state, it's kind of weird. A lot of my families have a weird accent. It almost sounds like they could have played in this movie. And it's strange, but an amazing movie. William H. Macy plays such an amazing character in this movie. He's funny. But the thing that sticks out in my head is Steve Buscemi's body being put into a wood chipper at the end of the movie. And it's funny when you listen to it. And I didn't realize that one of the people that they interview in Minneapolis, if I'm not mistaken, where they interviewed one of the people because of this crime, was actually the blonde from the Reba McEntire show.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, what the hell's her name? Because she's from Minnesota. What the hell?
Right, and she's Reba's husband's new wife, or Reba's ex-husband's new wife. Yes. I can't remember her for the life what her name is, but it's hilarious.
God dang it!
But
I even have her fan page on my Facebook page. What the hell is her name?
Really? Yeah. So you might actually have this one. This might be weird that I might have sniped you early. I think most of the movie takes place on the border of North Dakota and Minnesota. But I love this movie. My wife saw it for the first time, and she asked me, "Do all the people in the Midwest speak like this?" And I said, "Do I speak like
Peterman?"
Yeah. And I asked her, "Do I speak like that?" And she says, "No." Then no, not everybody in that area of the country speaks like that. My number 5 is Fargo.
Okay.
Yep.
My number 5, a great baseball movie, and actually I took off my number 5 to put this movie on there after I was scrolling through, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I guess that is named after a city. Great one-liners in there.
You did do it, didn't you?
I always remember this one part where the pitcher is shaking him off, and I can't think of the actor, the catcher.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Just sits there and goes, all right, just throw it to me. And tells the batter that he's throwing a fastball. And the guy hits it a country mile. And he goes out there. Kevin Costner goes out to the mound and he goes, God, it's like he knew it was coming. And Costner goes, yeah, I told him it was coming. So, and that's Bull Durham.
Yeah, I realized that as soon as you said baseball movie, I'm going, oh no, which baseball movie did I miss that's got a city in it? And then I remember Durham is in North Carolina.
Yep. Yep. Oh, phone's ringing. Don't worry about it. Probably spam.
Probably.
All right, you're number 4.
My number 4, the movie that gave Tom Hanks his first Oscar. To me, I saw this at the theater, and I'm thinking I really hadn't intended to, but I really wanted to see something at the theater at the old Bromart in Iron Mountain, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. Why not? I like Tom Hanks. I like Denzel Washington, and at the point, it was pretty much a taboo type movie. It wasn't something you kind of talked about, and then it got thrown into your face, and that's kind of where we ended up getting our first introduction to Antonio Banderas later on in that movie as well. To me, I think it was a heartbreaking movie. Actually, I absolutely love this movie. I don't know where it's ranked in my top 25, but I know it's in my top 25. To see what Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks did in that movie, playing opposite each other, it was fantastic. My number 4 is Philadelphia.
All right, my number 4 is let's see. I believe this is the 3rd installment of the movies. And it's a city I want to go to. You know me, my wife knows me. I don't like to fly. So I don't know if I'll ever get there unless I decide just to take a couple weeks off and travel and drive. But I definitely want to go there because of the industry I also work in. But this is also one of the funniest movies. And, at the end there, they go to try to get back home and they're like, well, we don't have money to go anywhere. And Rusty's like, well, we can take one of my 4 cars. And he's like, well, how'd you do this? I put 50 cents in and I won. I pulled 50 cents in, I spun, I won. And that's Vegas Vacation.
Absolutely beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Been to Vegas. Love to do it again.
Yep. Well, next April we might be able to go to Vegas and
go to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Go to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm avoiding that station that week. All right, you're number 3.
I have this feeling you're boycotting WrestleMania next year.
I will still watch it. I can't miss WrestleMania.
All right. My number 3. I remember seeing the trailer to this movie and then waited 3 to 4 years for this thing to come out. I remember seeing it and I thought this is going to be.
Well, see, now you know what it's like to get WrestleMania here in Minnesota. We got to.
And the worst thing is, I've lived in a state where we had WrestleMania in Orlando. I had WrestleMania in Tampa twice. Orlando once when I was there.
Yeah.
That's my own fault. Once in Miami, I believe too. But I thought this was going to be an amazing movie. It's got, to me, one of my favorite actors in it. Should have won the Oscar for it, but didn't. With Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he's an absolutely fabulous actor. But to see him play opposite Leonardo DiCaprio, and Leo's dad in the movie is Liam Neeson, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. This whole movie takes place in the 5 Points, right before I think the Civil War moves up into the city. And it's funny if you bought it on DVD, it's on 2 discs, which is hilarious because you couldn't put this movie. It's like 3 hours, and I'm like, you couldn't put this movie all on 1 disc. It's kind of lazy work there, bud. But absolutely loved it. It's absolutely just littered full of people who are famous now. My number 3 is Gangs of New York.
Yeah, you lost me at Leonardo DiCaprio. So, anyways, at number 3, we get.
I didn't say he was my favorite. I
wasn't.
I didn't say he was my favorite actor. I just said my favorite actor was Daniel Day-Lewis.
I know the phrase that pays early. I thought we would miss this one, but yeah, I got Philadelphia at number 3. So
wow,
one movie I have not totally seen. Just not my type, but I should sit down and watch it one of these days. So, all right, you're number 2.
It's a heartbreaker. It's definitely a heartbreaker. My number 2 is my only movie series with a state in it.
Okay.
And it's hilarious. I could have put this on two different movies, on both lists.
Yep.
If it weren't for this movie, I don't think that if we don't get this series of movies, I don't think we get George Lucas having enough money to make the rest of the Star Wars movies. I don't think we have the big name of Harrison Ford in this movie. And we'd get Harrison Ford, but I don't think it would be as big. And Steven Spielberg, even though he had E.T., I think he made the second one before E.T., but I don't think he'd had enough. No, he made the first one before E.T. I know that. I don't think he had enough money to make. Who's not giving Steven Spielberg money to make movies at that point, especially in the early 80s. But the funny thing is, his real name isn't. Everybody knows. If anybody watched The Last Crusade, we know that that's not his name. That was the dog's name. His real name was Henry Jones Jr. He was a junior. My number 2 is the Indiana Jones series.
Oh, yeah, that was a good series. So my number 2, I have another series of movies. As a matter of fact, number 4 is coming out on Netflix. I think this summer. I think
July.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait. I know it's been years since they made the third one, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they do this. But as far as I know, the whole cast is coming back, at least the 3 main characters.
My understanding.
But my number 3 is Axel Foley in the group, Beverly Hills Cop.
I know you're still waiting for my curveball.
Yeah, I guess it's at number 1.
Yep, it's at number 1. And I absolutely adore this movie. I think this movie is amazing.
And if you see Feeling Minnesota, I'm going to shoot you.
It's not. Well, I almost thought Raising Arizona, but no. You and I used to go around a town in Michigan.
Yep.
You used to call it what they used to call it the Strip, and they used to call it like Las Vegas. But you made the circle, you made the circuit. You went to Lake Michigan, then you went to McDonald's, and you went to Lake Michigan again, and back to McDonald's.
Yep.
You just kind of ran the Strip. Well, that little town is called Escanaba.
Yep.
And they made a movie in Escanaba.
I saw it.
And my number 1, and I really am kicking myself every time I see that movie. I love the movie. I think the movie's awesome. The guy I'm talking about was Yucker. Yes, he's a Native American who played the mother. He's a big guy, and he's ranking up there with me at this point in size. But he plays the mother of Jeff Daniels in a little movie about hunting camp, obviously, because it's in Michigan and CUP. My number 1 is Escanaba into Moonlight.
I'll have to watch that. When did that came out?
2000, okay. I believe. Okay. 99 or 2000, one of the two. 2000.
Okay. Do they show do they have where you can see the Strip and stuff? Or
I think at the beginning they do.
Okay.
If I remember right, at the beginning I do. They drive. You can see the road right to Gladstone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you see that road.
All right, gotcha. All right, my number 1 for the second time. The phrase that pays. We got Fargo, number 1. Another movie I haven't seen. I even tried to watch the TV series. It's maybe if it get me going.
TV series is to me.
Yeah.
It was the movie. It was deep into the movie too. For me, I had to watch it.
But yeah, so we got two. I figured we'd get one, but yeah, we got the two I thought we'd get if we got any of them. So, all right, so let's go to movies with colors in them. This one, another one. We could go couple. We could go over 5. I don't think we get all 5 because I got a curveball right at the beginning. So
really,
yeah. Well, not really curveball, but it's a curveball enough. I don't think you would have, even if you saw it, you would have thrown it in there. So, but we can still have a chance to go 5 for 5 because I did double up on one.
Really?
So yeah,
we're not going 5. We might go 5 for 5.
Nah, I don't. I doubt it. I don't know.
I'm gonna say I'm
gonna say 2. I'll go with 2. I think we got a solid 2.
I think we got 1.
Ooh, got 1. All right. Well, I'll start at number 5. I'll start with my curveball. Tim, I know you like animated movies, and I remember us sitting down and watching Lion King a lot, but this is probably the GOAT, one of the GOATs of animated Disney movies. And I just threw it up there because I knew it was going to be a curveball, but Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
Over here going, you said it's the GOAT of, you said it was the GOAT of Disney movies. I'm going, the one I didn't. First, there's only one with color. There's only one, and I literally went. Did he go Did he go Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? It's got me guessing, and I was like,
yeah. So, all right, you're number 5.
My number 5. To me, you would think that Michigan fans would think this was a movie about the university, but it's not. But they ended up remaking this movie with Chris Hemsworth. I really think we really need to do that topic where movies that shouldn't be remade. I think this is the one. This is one of them. This is one of them that I don't think needed to be remade. But the original had Patrick Swayze in it, and played the older brother of I'm going to be so mad at myself. Charlie Sheen. It was about a couple brothers who were trying to get away from I want to say the Chinese. The Chinese was the remake. The Russians were the original. I think I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but and so many major things where they go and they try to break out the family from a compound in again, it's been so long, but when I saw it, I had to put it on there. And the key line in the movie is Wolverines. But my number 5 is Red Dawn.
Oh, that's okay. I guess I didn't realize. God, it's been a while since I've seen that one too.
That red's a color? Yeah, it's a color.
Well, no, I knew red was a color, but I got. Oh yeah, right there, Charlie Sheen, right on the cover of the. God, it's been a while since I've actually seen that one. So I was trying to think of what movie Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen was in. I'm like,
I think they were the Outsiders too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ralph Macchio's in The Outsiders. I know that.
Okay. So my number 4, and I know this was a book movie that I believe in school, like middle school, people were reading and doing reports on, and again, it just stuck out at me when I saw it. But number 4, Where the Red Fern Grows.
Never read the book, never saw the movie.
No, I didn't either. But it's one of those that just stuck out at you. It's like, okay, it's up there. So, all right, you're number 4.
I'd like to say that this is a movie about the food, but it's not. But it kind of links together for some reason. I'm not a fan of the food, but I did like the movie. It's about two. Oh boy, I'm not even gonna Isaiah this. I'm not even gonna go about it. I know it was about two women friends who were growing up and in the South, and then they got older. I think the older women were played by Jessica Tandy and Olympia Dukakis. But I'm not gonna kill it. I remember liking the movie. I just don't remember it. If you want to ask Isaiah about Red Dawn before you ask about this movie. But my number 4 is Fried Green Tomatoes.
I saw it on there too, and I thought about putting it on there. I was just like, oh, that might be a good one. But it's one, again, I probably saw when it first came out. Just don't remember much of it. My number 3, I think we kind of brought this up in our chat last week when we were talking about this one. And I don't know. One, it's heartbreaking for most people. They say they cry every time they see it, over certain lines. And that's the Green Mile.
Yeah, I read the book and it broke my heart. And that was the weird thing about that book. That book came out. If you knew anything about that book came out in 6 chapters, and it came out it didn't come out in 6 chapters, but the book came out in 6 parts. So you had to wait.
Kind of like how they did Harry Potter. Each book came out separate.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. My number 3. Yeah, not my number 3. I had to double check, make sure I'm doing number 3. We don't have a lot of comedies on our list at this point, but we're gonna kind of go that way.
Okay.
I remember back in the 70s, they used Peter Sellers as one Jacques Cousteau. I thought it was brilliant. Not Jacques Cousteau. Don't no. I'm gonna just forget that. You don't even know his name. Inspector Clouseau. Jacques Cousteau is a diver. We don't. Even I know that's wrong. But the funny thing is, you never see this animal in the movies. They're always finding out that the fact is that what they're calling this is actually a diamond, and then find out later on, which I was really happy that they went forward with this, and I wish they'd do another one, to be honest. And and Steve Martin played Inspector Clouseau in the 2 later remakes of the series. I thought he was brilliant. But then again, Steve Martin's brilliant with just about anything he does. And then they made a cartoon where you actually see the animal, but you never see the diamond, which I think is hilarious. My number 3 is the Pink Panther.
Yeah, that's been a TV show, movie. I think Leslie Nielsen was in the most recent one.
I know Steve Martin was.
Oh, maybe it was Steve Martin. Maybe that's how I think it was Steve Martin. Yeah. So my number 2, again, another movie I know I've seen. Again, just don't recall, but I know I've seen the whole thing. And people are gonna say, "Well, how do you remember not seeing it?" Well, it came out. It's one of those movies I know I've only seen once. So, and number 2, The Thin Red Line.
That was one we brought up last week.
Yeah, that was one we brought up last week.
That was one we brought up last week.
Yeah. So, you're number 2.
Today is what? How long has it taken? Today is May 28th. Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. It's taken me this long to say this. It's not C2C unless we're sniping. It's the phrase that pays. My number 2 is your number 3.
Green Mile?
Green Mile. I absolutely. Yeah. I cry the moment he says, "I'm tired, boss." As soon as he says, "I'm tired, boss," I'm done. I am done. The movie's brilliant. The book is brilliant. Everything. Michael Clark Duncan was a superstar in that movie, and then he gets to work opposite of Tom Hanks. Okay, you don't get that lucky.
Yeah, exactly. So my number 1 is my double up, and I did this just because of the color. and one because one of the movies was made here, and I think you have said that your dad loves this movie. So my number one, the first movie is The Color Purple, and the second one is Purple Rain.
I almost want to double up right now. I almost want to double up right now because I have one half of those.
Well, okay.
And it's not the one you think it is.
Okay.
It's Color Purple.
Oh.
I have The Color Purple.
Oh, okay. You did not put Purple Rain on there.
No. I kind of try to double up on people on my list today, and
well, I got another double up down the road.
Then I'm starting to think I almost did.
Actually, our next category I have a double up on.
I do too. Now that I look at it, I do too at this point.
So we're going to move into movies with people's names in there. The funny thing is, I was looking this up and I put movies with names in there. That was one of the dumbest things I put in there because it came up with every movie that had the word name in it.
Yeah, we put names in the title.
Yeah, exactly. So
because exactly what I did.
What? Okay, so we both have admitted we got double up on here. Is there a chance we had the same double up? I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly
could be.
I think so. Considering what we talked about a couple days ago, there's a real good possibility.
Oh, now I'm trying to think of what we talked about a couple days ago.
There you go. Have fun with that.
I'm gonna go on a slim chance that we get one.
If we get
I hope we get the double up, but I don't think so.
If we get the double up, we could be looking at 3 out of 5. Oh wow!
And I think I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you with a good one here.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I'm going to go with 1. It just seems safe at this point.
All right. Shoot.
All right. You know, when most people realize that this is Brad Pitt's first movie, I never realized that until all of a sudden you're looking right at it, aren't you? Yes. And the funny thing is, it stars one of the stars of this movie. You keep trying to kill off every time we bring up Suzanne Summers. You keep bringing up Susan Sarandon.
Yeah.
And the other one, it's a great female buddy crime movie, and it's great. And when you find out that they say if you do this at the end of a crime spree, it's called doing a Thelma and Louise. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, my number 5 is Thelma and Louise.
I almost put that one on there too.
That's the one I thought. That was honestly, I think that was the one you had.
No, that's the one we kind of talked about last. Yeah. No, that's another one. My number 5. You said we don't have comedy much. I got comedy here. As a matter of fact, 4 of my 5/6 are comedy movies. So,
oh shoot.
My number 5 is I honestly I like it. I one of those it's new enough I put it on there, but it's like, really thinking about it, I probably should have not put it on there, but whatever. Adam Sandler and oh god, what the hell's his name now? King of Queens guy.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh my gosh, what is his last name now?
I
was gonna say Kevin Hart, but that's wrong.
No, Kevin.
Kevin James.
Kevin James. Yep. I got it at number 5. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
I forgot about that movie. I love that movie. I think that movie's awesome.
All right, you're number 4.
All right, I'm big into. I love westerns, and I don't get enough of them sometimes, and then find out that there aren't that many westerns with names in them.
Yeah.
Especially ones with the lead character, and especially ones played by John Wayne. Absolutely love this, and I realized that this is the prequel to the movie True Grit. I think this is It's amazing. I love this movie. I love John Wayne's take on this character. Don't get me wrong. I love Jeff Bridges' take on this character in True Grit back in 2003. I want to say 2003, 2004. But my number 4 is Rooster Cogburn.
Okay.
I love Rooster Cogburn.
All right. So my number 4. This is going to be my curveball that I think I'm going to hit you good with. Either I sniped you or you just did not put it on your list. At number 4, and I know there's a photo on Facebook.
Oh, Jesus. What? There's a photo on Facebook. Now I got to start thinking what's on
your Facebook page.
On my Facebook page.
Yep. You and another buddy dressed up as these for Halloween. And I got at number 4, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
That's on Facebook?
I'm almost positive I've seen that on Facebook.
And this, the buddy is my brother.
Oh, is it your brother?
Yeah. If it's that picture I'm thinking of, it's
it's a picture of you as Silent Bob.
Yeah. You missed me by a mile.
No, I didn't miss you. You missed you by a mile.
I missed me by a mile. You're right. And the funny thing is, I when I started doing this list, I got Cody up on my screen when I'm going through this. So I'm looking at my internet and I'm watching Cody and Cody going through. So maybe I can get some ideas off my music, my TV library. I've got 783 movies on there. Wow. And so I'm going through this at the same time, and I go flying by Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Jay and Silent Bob the reboot. Just go flying by Chase and Amy, and I'm just looking at my internet, just flying by, just missing. So is that that's not a double up, is it?
Nope, that's number 3. No, just Jay and Silent Bob. Well, I put Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, but I know that was the second one.
That's the first one.
Or the first one, yeah.
The reboot, yeah. That's still, yeah. So my number 3, I'll tell you right now, is my double up.
Okay.
I'm hoping we kind of hinted about it. We had a conversation about one of these movies a couple days ago. I want to say Sunday.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. And the reason why they didn't do the second one was because of a certain person had passed away, and he didn't like the script at the time. And then when he finally got the script that he really liked, he ended up passing away later that year. The second one of my double up is the movie that gave him his only Oscar. I think, again, both these movies are something he's brilliant at. I could have gone Aladdin. I know people are already looking at this and going, you could have went Aladdin, but I went with the two that made it, I think, to me, means the most to me. My 1A is Mrs. Doubtfire, and my 3B is Good Will Hunting.
I was like, where's the name of Good Will Hunting? Duh.
Matt Damon's character is Will Hunting.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly thought I'll put Mrs. Doubtfire out there. And if anybody's watching and wonder what we're talking about, there was a post that supposedly there's a Will Smith reboot of Mrs. Doubtfire, which I hope does not come true.
It's not going to happen.
I hope not. So my number 3 I put on here because I think everybody would love to have this power for an hour a day.
Blindness.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But I think it's one of those powers that if you just had it, even for a half hour, I think everybody would still enjoy it. And it stars Jim Carrey. And it is hilarious movie. The second one, not so much. But number 3 is Bruce Almighty.
I didn't thought about that one. I almost put a different one on.
Don't say Evan Almighty.
I almost put on Truman Show.
Yeah, I never really got into the Truman Show.
It was I liked it.
Yeah. You're number 2.
My number 2 put I and it's funny we're gonna say, but I'm gonna say because I always thought Jamie Foxx was on the map before this movie, because I liked him on In Living Color, which was funny enough. You brought up Jim Carrey, and I follow it up with a In Living Color alumni right after that.
Nope.
I thought he was brilliant in Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis. In Horrible Bosses as I can't really say his name on let's just say it's M. Effer Jones on Horrible Bosses. You really can't say it on our show. I I find myself trying to hold back. But to me, I think probably the best biopic movie of all time that was ever made, gave Jamie Foxx his Oscar, really put him right in front and center, where I thought he belonged. He's finally getting back on his feet after his little health setback there a couple of years back, which is good to see. But my number 2 is Ray.
Okay. All right. My number 2, I'm going to go classic. And I think this gave the young gentleman a start. I think I don't know if it was a second movie, but this is one of his first. Stars Johnny Depp as a guy who is not liked in society, but somehow kind of gets this thing about cutting and cutting up shrooms and stuff. But yeah, I got Edward Scissorhands at number 2.
How did I forget that?
It's been a while since I've seen it. So you're number 1.
My number 1. It was weird that you kind of brought up my number 1 in a different movie, in a different category.
Okay.
Especially when I was bringing up the Green Mile in the books, you kind of brought up my number 1. Kind of one reason that my wife and I we have this type of interest, and I was actually lucky enough to go see the exposition of this movie series in Milano my second year I was here, so I got a chance to see a lot of stuff that was filmed in a lot of props and costumes and other stuff, which you can see on my website, on my Facebook page as well, where that Silent Bob picture is hiding. I didn't realize it was there.
I know I see that. I'm looking at it.
I don't doubt it. I probably put it on there back in 2003.
I just can't find it because
2002 or 2003.
I know you showed me it.
Yeah. But great series. Great series. I actually gave my wife a first edition copy of the first edition, British edition. Yes, there's a difference. Of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. My number 1 is this Harry Potter series.
Okay.
We missed one, didn't we? Missed it completely.
Missed one. I don't know.
No.
But my number 1 is my double up. And I will do half the phrase that pays. You had it at number 2. I also have it at number 1, but also I think my counterpart to number 1, we brought this movie up a few times, the actor definitely, and I think Jamie Foxx nailed Ray. I think Will Smith nailed his character and Ali. So I got Ray and Ali number 1.
Oh, we got one.
One.
We're already better than the White Sox. Woo!
Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, we'll move over to music now, and we'll do musics with the cities in them first.
Cities and states. Yay.
Yeah, I didn't really do states, but I know.
Oh well, there's like 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're screwed. I'm looking at it going, I got 3 with states.
Yeah. Well, I have one that, yeah, I mean, could go either way, but all right. So with that being said, we know we're not going 5 for 5. We're not going 4 for 4.
We're not
4 for
going
5.
4. We're not going 4. We're not
Um,
going 3. We're not going. We might get 1. So 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 1.
1.
I'm gonna go with 1. Yeah.
I'm going. I'm and knowing, and both of us knowing who our family members are, and we're going. Oh no, we may not even get 1. Just the look on your face is kind of confuses.
No, I think I think we if you're going that route, we should have 1 for sure.
We should have 1.
So go ahead, you start.
All right, now if you ever ask my brother if we've ever put down music and put down our voices on a tape, he will reluctantly say yes. He will also tell you that I'm the one that screwed it up. So don't take that for what it is. To me, I love this song. I don't know why. And if you ever ask my brother about a band, about a duo called Sweetleaf, again, I will deny it. He will not. But we sang a certain Eagles song. Very popular Eagles song, is probably considered in the top 5 of. We didn't do top 5 work, I'll tell you that. Top 5 rock songs in history. Probably the song that the Eagles are most well known for. My number 5 is Hotel California.
I should have got that one on there. I should have. I missed that one. Matter of fact, there's a tribute Eagle band coming to my job this week.
Really?
Doing a concert. Yep. So my number 5, again, like Timmy stated, we know families. You know, when you came over to Michigan to my place, to my aunt's place, you walked right in, you saw a big shrine filled with this person all over the place. My number 5 is Viva Las Vegas by Elvis. So your number 4.
Oh, we can't even get 1. This is terrible. My number 4. Which is funny because my number 4 is a song that is also considered in the top 5, if not top 10 rock songs in history. I'm gonna get the name of the band wrong. I already know it. No, I'm not. It's about it's a band from Jacksonville, Florida, and the name of the band is named after the science teacher in Jacksonville. And it's spelled and his last name is spelled like it is in the band, but his first name isn't. But then the song's amazing, and it's funny thing. It's about a rival state of Florida. But they kind of made a half-hearted joke in the movie 8 Mile about living in a trailer. But my number 4 is Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That's a good movie. I like that one. That one was good. All right, my number 4, coming from the great George Strait.
I really did. I really had that on the list too. I already know where you're going, and I'm
Amarillo by Morning.
Wrong one. That's not the one I was thinking.
What's what we're thinking?
All my exes live in Texas.
Oh yeah, I should have that one too. That was a good one.
I love Amarillo by Morning.
Yeah. All right, you're number 3.
My number 3. Again, this is a country song, but if most people know me, I listened to a lot of country growing up. Every time we went to it's been a while since I've had to tell this story.
Yeah.
It's about how we had to listen to old 70s country and all that other. And the funny thing is, the singer of this song, when I lived in Florida, was actually was a spokesperson for a jewelry store in Gainesville. if any of our people who are watching, they know exactly which store I'm talking about and which singer it is I'm talking about. But the song is about a fiddle player who is challenged by the devil.
Well,
My number 3 is The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
that is a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I should have had that one too. I've seen people redo that song very well. One guy was playing the fiddle while going up a ladder and then coming. Yeah, no, I don't get it. My number 3, again, probably could be a state, city, so we'll, hopefully maybe we get one. This is coming from the great singer Billy Joel. My number 3 is New York State of Mind. And looking at your face, still haven't hit one.
No.
All right, you're number 2.
My number 2, we're going back to the great genre of country.
Okay.
I'm learning more about you all the time. All of a sudden, you started liking country. I didn't. I know tastes change, and I get that. I understand. My number 2 comes from the great singer-songwriter Glenn Campbell. Absolute amazing love song with probably one of the greatest lines in music in love song history. And for some messed up reason, I can't remember it. What is it? I want you more than I need you, and I need you all the time. I think is absolutely brilliant. It's about an electrician. Don't ever ask Isaiah to have him tell you what this song is about. To me, absolutely brilliant. Great singer-songwriter. Like I said, Glenn Campbell. My number 2 is the Wichita Lineman.
Ooh, good song. All right, my number 2. As a matter of fact, I just watched his documentary movie. I don't know what it's really called. But at number 2, another country song, I guess you could say, from Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues.
I like that song.
Yeah.
Really like that song.
You're number 1.
Well, it's the phrase that pays. It's not C2C unless you're sniping. Your aunt is going to kill you that you put Elvis at number 5 and at number 1. My number 1 song is Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah, she will get me. I get it. I know. But my number 1, coming from possibly my favorite group of all time.
You went on.
To this day,
you did
if I can get 4 guys to do this for a talent show, I would pick this song to do it, just because I don't know. It's one of those songs I fell in love with when I heard it, and I love this group. My number 1 is Motown Philly by Boyz II Men.
That sucks so much because I was this close. I was like, I'm laying in bed on Sunday night before I did this list on Monday. I'm thinking Motown Philly. Holy hell, he's going to do Motown Philly. Because I remember we were always talking about Boyz II Men, and I'm like,
Wow. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the movie or music with the color in them in the name. So, this one again, we could have you got 2.
I got 2 and a curveball. I really think 2. I think 2 is a possibility.
Ooh.
I did double up here. 1 for sure.
I did double up here. Yeah, we should have 1 for sure.
1 for sure.
But again, we should have 2. I mean, I do have a curveball too, and I don't think you'll get this one, but
You'd be shocked what I can get.
So-
And the thing is, my curveball is linked to my wife, and I'll tell you the story about it. I will tell you. No
All right.
problem. Is
so
it me?
mine. So
Is it me?
I'll go two. We'll strike it.
We'll
Go
go
two.
two. Is it me first?
No, it's me first.
Oh, it's you first.
So, all right, because this one too could be, and I think we got one for sure, guaranteed. But this
Oh,
one
yeah.
could have went all over the place, so we could have gone 0 for 5. We haven't yet. But my number 5, and if you ask my wife, this lady is she'll every time the song comes on, she'll look at me. She goes, "Oh, your girlfriend's on the radio."
Oh, Reba.
And no, it's not Reba. But even though Reba is one of them, but this lady's voice when she was young was just amazing. Could hit pretty much any note she wants. I know nowadays she's gotten into some trouble, but who hasn't? Also, she was in the movie Coyote Ugly singing a song. My number 5 from Leanne, and I know this movie or the song's been remade, and I know she remade it, but Leanne Rimes with the song Blue.
You're gonna love this.
Uh-oh. Did we get the curveball right?
No,
Oh.
you're gonna kick yourself when you're gonna realize this. Okay, my number 5. It's I don't know if this is considered the same. My wife. So yes, we're gonna start with my curveball right away.
Okay.
My wife went to college in Milano. My wife had to tell me this for some reason. She asked me if I knew the group. And I'm like, yeah, I knew the group. I knew exactly. And she asked me if I knew the lead singer was Italian. I said, no, I thought he was French. And I'm like, no, I thought he was French. She says, oh, no, I went to college with him. I took courses
Really?
with the guy. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, you better have him on your list then.
Oh, he's on the list. They're on the list. And I didn't realize that Gabby Ponte he's the lead singer of the group. Was Italian, and I had an album. I had Eiffel 60. I had the Eiffel 65 album,
Huh?
which was the Gabby Ponte's band group, and she went to college with Gabby Ponte.
Nice.
Ponte, I get that, and she's going to say you mispronounced his last name. Okay, great. But the funny thing is, there's only one song that Eiffel 65 is known for. Blue.
Okay. So got the color right.
The color right, song wrong. The color right.
All right. So my number 4, we'll go for a song that got 2 colors in it, I guess. And I think it was a song that I think he's the only one that could have done it by this name. And I'm going to go with Michael Jackson, Black or White.
I knew it too. As soon as I go, oh God, I knew I forgot a Michael Jackson song somewhere. Okay. Shoot. No. No.
All right, you're number 4.
My number 4. I know my name down there says Primus, wherever that is over there somewhere. It's over
Yep.
there. But if people know who I am, they know my last name is Hendrix. And people keep asking if I'm related to this guitar player, big rock star that was now part of the Club 27, because he passed away at the age of 27.
Oh.
I said, I am related to Jimi Hendrix. I'm just not related to that Jimi Hendrix. And it's even funnier because I have a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt, which is hilarious. But my number 4 is probably one of his biggest hits of all time. My number 4 is Purple Haze.
Yeah, that was a good one. So my number 3, and I know this should have been up higher because of who my aunt liked, but I got a couple songs a little bit better than this one. But from Elvis, Purple Suede Shoes.
Blue suede shoes.
Blue suede shoes, purple.
Purple.
I'm looking at my list here. Blue suede shoes, yes. Oh man.
Wow.
All right. You're number 3. 2.
It was my number 3. Um,
Oh yeah.
it's hilarious how you brought up Adam Sandler in a earlier with Chuck and Larry.
Yep.
But I'm going to bring up technically another Adam Sandler movie that had the singer-songwriter of my number 3 in it. The movie is called I Almost Gave It Away. That was about 2 seconds. I try to stop myself, but the name of the movie is called The Wedding Singer. And my number 3 is on an airplane on their way out to Las Vegas for the wedding. My number 3, Billy Idol, sings a song, and I have sang this at karaoke. Destroys my voice on such an amazing level. But my number 3 is White Wedding.
All right. My number 2 will go to one of the not founders, but one of the GOAT in male groups. We'll go to the Beatles, and we'll go with number 2, the Yellow Submarine.
Why did I figure that was good? My wife asked me if I had the Yellow Submarine, and she says, why did I even ask that question? Because she knows my feeling on the Beatles. So
yeah, I know.
So
all right, you're number 2.
Have we hit 1 yet?
No.
Okay. It's not here though. I've been lucky enough to see this group and this song live twice, in back-to-back years. Huh?
On the same night, right?
No. Oh God, no! A year apart. Matter of fact, they were at Summerfest in Norway twice. But my wife didn't know the song until I actually had to play it for her, and then she's, it's that song from Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, great, that's awesome. To me, it's a catchy tune. I love it every time I hear it. The band is the Electric Light Orchestra. I know, easy for me to say, otherwise known as ELO. But my number 2 is Mr. Blue Sky.
Okay. All right. So my number 1, my double up.
Oh boy.
I'm going to look.
I know one of them. I know one of them. Actually, I probably know both of them. I probably know both of them.
My second one, I'll put. I've heard it covered, and I think, when we do a lot of people butcher cover songs or covers, but Darius Rucker does a great cover of the song, and I think if Prince heard it, I think he would agree. So my B is Little Red Corvette, and number 1 is Purple Rain.
Good thing I didn't double up, because we would have gotten one half the double up too. Because it's the phrase that pays. I've got one of them. If I were going to double up, I wasn't going to go Little Red Corvette.
Ooh.
I would have went Raspberry Beret.
Raspberry Beret would have been a good one too. Yep. But
we got one.
But your number 1, Purple Rain.
Yep. See, I had it.
I had it. All right, so let's finish up here with the category of music with people's names in them.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this one could go all the way, and I did double up again on this one.
I didn't.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to say 1. I could see a couple, but
I could see 3 at a point.
You could see 3. Okay.
But I'm going to say 2. I'm going out on a limb and saying 2.
All right. Well, you kick it off.
No, you kick it off.
I kick it off. You all right?
No, wait. Oh wait,
No. You, me, you, me, you, me. No. Did we mess up somewhere?
yeah, I just don't know where because I went last
Oh,
on the last.
yeah,
I
I started colors, so yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I
go ahead.
messed up.
You can start.
All right, and it was funny because I just my number 5. I just saw an article where they said that this song has been voted the number 1 country song of all time.
Really?
And then you find, yeah, it was weird when I saw it. Was just, and a funny thing, it was just like this last week. And I think it was Rolling Stone had voted it number 1 country song of all time. I don't know if it was female country song of all time, but country song of all time.
Okay.
I kind of agree with it, and it got. I'm going to throw up just because I know because it's been remade twice.
Okay.
It was remade once by Jack White of the White Stripes,
Okay.
and it just got remade again by Beyonce.
Okay.
But it's Dolly Parton. And
Okay.
my number 5 is Jolene.
Beyonce redid that one?
I think that's the one. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, she did.
Oh,
If I remember right, she just remade that one.
Okay. All right. My number 5 is another group that I would probably put in possibly my top 3-ish of groups I want or like and hopefully someday see, even though it's not the original group, but actually I kind of saw them when they came to Treasure Island, their last visit here. Stopped in, listened to a couple songs. But I am going to go with number 5, Barbara Ann from the Beach Boys.
Yep, Jolene was redone by Beyonce.
Really?
Just redone by Beyonce.
All right, you're number 4.
All right, my number 4. If you go to any sporting event, I believe, in the greater Boston area, it seems like it is like this exactly. I didn't even have to tell you the song, you're already bobbing the head. And the funny thing is, it got bigger exposure when Indy played New England in Frankfurt, Germany, and they sang it and they played it in Frankfurt, and they came back and the entire Frankfurt stadium was singing it, and the players were kind of just bobbing along to it. I'm learning to hate this song more and more every freaking second, because it's linked to Boston and the New England Patriots. This isn't Neil Diamond's fault. This is just moronic Patriots and Boston fans. And I bet you the Indiana Pacers are probably hating the song too, because they probably played it during their ass kicked sweep out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. I actually crossed that one off. I had it on there because my number 4, this song, and I know it's been remade a couple times, but again, nothing beats the original. And it was in Back to the Future. I don't know. Every time I see the song, it makes me really want to learn the guitar just to play this song. And that is one Chuck Berry's "Johnny Be Good."
Yeah, that's a good song. That's a really good song.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3. So technically, this would be kind of a curveball.
Okay.
Especially because of who I am and who I despise. Not a fan of. But honestly, it's probably the only song I can stomach from this group. And I actually really, really like it. My number 3 is from the Beatles themselves, Hey Jude.
Yeah. That's a good one. All right. My number 3, brought them up earlier. Going to bring them up again. This song, every time I hear it, I just kind of laugh a little bit about it. But and it's Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue.
Really? I wasn't figuring Johnny Cash, but okay. Wow. Holy smokes! Wasn't thinking that.
All right, number 2.
My number 2 is from a band fronted by a wrestler. No, I'm just joking. He's just happens to have the same name as a wrestler. Absolutely, I think it's hilarious. One of their biggest songs. Probably one of the everybody knows their big song. I for some reason, why can I never remember it? It's because I'm looking at the second song, their second famous song, right in front of me, and that's not "Message in a Bottle." My number 2 is from the Police with their lead singer Sting, not the wrestler. So if Dragon Viper is watching, I hope he doesn't get confused. My number 2 is Roxanne.
Oh, okay. My number 2 is My Double Up. And also, one is a person I really hope to see soon in concert if she ever comes to Minnesota again, but I don't think she's touring, so I'll have to go down to Nashville. The other one I have seen twice, and I'm very glad I got to see her because she's definitely my crush. And you actually brought up her counterpart earlier, Melissa Peterman. So number 2B is Fancy by Reba. And number 2A is The Phrase That Pays, Dolly Parton's Jolene.
Wasn't the one I was expecting. Who do you think who isn't touring?
Dolly's not touring.
You sure?
Unless she's doing down south more, but I don't think she's going too far from
Dolly Parton tour. Dolly Parton tour 24.
She might have started back up. I know she wasn't after COVID. So
let's see. How close do you want to get? Okay, they don't have anything on here.
Yeah.
Family destinations. Dollywood? No, not Dollywood. Not Dollywood. Not Dollywood. I thought she didn't own that anymore. Where is that? Where is her tour? Tour. It's they don't say.
Yeah, I don't
Dolly
think
Parton Stampede.
Yeah.
They're not saying, Brandon. I can't help you here. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think she's doing much touring. I mean, and again, if she is, she's doing it.
Is Dolly Parton as Dolly great in 2024? Sounds like she's still touring.
Yeah.
Is Dolly Parton tour 2024? Hold on, I might get you some hope here. Buy tickets.
I know, that's what I was just looking at too.
Buy tickets. I don't want to buy tickets. I want to.
Okay, here. Okay, so I found something here. So,
are you on the Dolly Parton tour 2020?
Dolly Parton Experience Tour 2024. So she's over in UK.
Concerts. She's in the UK.
Yeah, but that's all it shows.
It's not saying anything. Big stuff.
Looks like January, December. Yeah.
If anybody's watching from Big Stub, you suck. You don't have tickets on here.
Yeah. All right, you're number 1.
My number 1. I saw a band cover this song. And the funny thing is, we all get one. That's what they say. The band, funny enough, is 311. And I was outside their concert. They were opening the 311 was opening for Alien Ant Farm was opening for 311.
What a name.
And Alien Ant Farm, if anybody knows Alien Ant Farm, they covered one song by a certain artist. I thought very well too. It really brought more people into listening to this original artist. Funny thing is, they warmed up and they did guitar. They did sound checks with the song they're known for. And as soon as they got like 3 or 4 set songs into their set, the the crowd started yelling for Smooth Criminal. I'm like, oh, you guys want Smooth Criminal? Oh, yeah, great. Well, we're not going to play that tonight. Well, that sucks. But we are going to play a Michael Jackson song that nobody hears us play. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm all about that. And then they turn into one of the greatest Michael Jackson songs that has a name in it in history. They turn around and they start playing Billie Jean. My number one is the Michael Jackson Billie Jean. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The phrase that pays at number one. I got Billie Jean on there. Not the way you have it, but
I have Billie Jean. But you got the Alien Ant Farm version. The funny thing is, there's no recording of Alien Ant Farm playing Billie Jean.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, Billie Jean definitely was there. So that's our list. But I do have a list here, quick from ScreenRant.com.
I love them people. They're morons.
Top 10 best action movie duel ranking.
Duel or duo?
Duo, like Batman and Robin.
Okay, duos. Okay, cool.
Duels, yep. So at number 12, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
That should be higher. Hate to break it.
I do agree. I think that should be.
I think that should be higher.
It should be higher. Yep. At number 11, Gina Davis.
Gina Davis.
Susan Sarandon.
Thelma Louise.
And Thelma Louise.
Wow. I think that's the first time we've actually had anything that we put on a list.
At number 10,
Jay and Silent Bob.
Harrison Ford and Pete Matthew in the franchise series.
Oh, Star Wars. Peter Mayhew. Yeah.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, Peter Mayhew. Chewbacca.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
Harrison Ford. Oh, Men in Black. Oh.
Men in Black.
That should be a little higher.
Samuel L. Jackson.
And John Travolta.
John Travolta.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
It should be top 10. So it's about the right spot.
Yeah, it's number 8.
Yeah, it's in a good
Number
spot.
7. One of the most controversial movies of all time. Alan Redman and Bruce Willis.
Oh, the first Die Hard movie.
Yes.
Hans Gruber. Yeah, that's wow.
As your brother says, it's a Christmas movie.
I do too. But
yeah, whatever. Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston.
The
Thor
MCU.
Yep. I agree with that one. That's a good one.
And number 5, Paul Walker.
And Vin Diesel.
Yep.
In the Fantastic Furious movies.
Yep. Keanu Reeves.
Patrick Swayze.
No.
Point Break. Oh, you're gonna give me Carrie Ann Moss. You're gonna be
No. Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. Well, still with the Matrix. Yeah.
Yep, Matrix.
I still think Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze are better, but that's me.
Oh, this one's gonna be an easy one.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
And Sylvester Stallone. Rocky
Yes.
4. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Creed 2. Don't forget there.
And Creed 2. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. At number 2. Really? N.T. Rango Jr. and I'm not even going to pronounce it. The movie's called RRR. I don't know. They look like brothers, twins. I don't know.
RRR.
Yeah.
Who in the world? Okay, who's the Never mind. Not going to say
Oh.
it. We get canceled as soon as I say it.
And number one, Michelle Yeoh,
Michelle Yeoh and
Ki-Hai Quinn.
from Anything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
God, I hated that movie.
And that's the number one duel.
I don't know. No.
I mean, I do agree. I think we could agree that number 12 should have been higher. Mel Gibson.
At this point, number 12 should have been number 1 if you're going to put those two there.
Yeah.
Golly, no.
Yeah.
At this point, put Eddie Murphy and Judge Reinhold up there.
Yep. So yeah. So that's our list. That's our show. Tim, got any final thoughts?
No, we definitely still batted better than the Chicago White Sox.
Well, we did better than I thought we would, yeah.
Oh gosh, we didn't even go 0 for 5 on anything, which is even weirder.
No,
but I think we pretty much got the softball ones.
Yep.
Except for the purple. I understand, except for the purple rain in the movie. I got it.
Yeah. So that being said, keep checking out CTC all week long. Tuesday, Callan and James do their C2C at night. Tomorrow, Sports Minute, Keeping It Real, I think still on a hiatus. Hopefully Kicking It will come back.
I miss Kicking It.
Yeah, with our favorite, with Tim's wife's favorite 10 minutes of the show, but again, watch it all, through the whole thing. On Deck, Entertainment Hour, of course, us, Between the Ropes. Also, too, coming soon, we just got a partnership with a new league, inline skating. I don't know if they actually have, I think it's Elite Hockey Inline Skater or something like that. Callan, our good man Callan, will be the voice of it. So we are going to have the draft coverage and some interviews of that. We'll probably share some highlights. I don't think we got the streaming okay yet, but watch that, especially you hockey fans. A little twist on hockey on pavement, I guess. Blacktop, I think. So with that being said, we'll see y'all next week on C2C Rackham. Have a good one.